Hey guys, today NoFIll, we're trying the Chronicles starting room only challenge, but with a little bit of a twist. We're doing no gobble gum, and I'm only attempting the maps 3 times, and I'm taking the best score. Difficulty of the map, the uniqueness of the map, and the overall enjoyment of the challenge on the map. Also, each map is gonna get 1 added bonus point for the amount of rounds survived. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 9, Knacht or Untoten. Difficulty was pretty average with a score of 5 out of 10. It being a bigger map and having the pillars for snaking, training wasn't all that lucrative. Enjoyment with an impressive score of 2 out of 10. Attempting this challenge on this map would be enough to never play Nazi Zombies ever again. The reason Knacht sucked the life out of me is I think the developers put the zombie spawns all the way back in Modern Warfare 1 and wanted them to walk to you. And just so you don't think I'm being dramatic, I did the math. The average time to get to round 7 on every other map for this challenge was 4 minutes and 37 seconds. On Knacht, it took 17 minutes. Moving to uniqueness, it was a score of 1, all right? I guess the only cool thing you could do was shoot the fire barrels 1 time, leaving Knacht with a final score of 11 out of 30 when you add in the 8 bonus points. Coming in number 8, Veruckt. Veruckt's difficulty came in tied for second hardest out of all the maps I played. With it being such a small map, there's no room for error. I found training in surgery your best bet, but even then, if you had a train coming from your left, if there was more than 3 zombies to your right, unless you could get really fancy with your footwork, you weren't making it out of there. Enjoyment was pretty average on this map, coming in with a score of 5. The map moved fast, and the 2 rooms connected by surgery made for entertaining trains at times, but I didn't feel like you could get much going on. Uniqueness, this map rated a 3 out of 10. There's really nothing unique about this map to others, other than the fact that you can buy frag grenades up to 2 times at the start of rounds. The cool thing about where you could buy the frags was it was right beside 2 of the main spawns the zombies came from, so you could throw 12 nades in there at the start of rounds to help dwindle down some of the zombies. The other cool thing about Veruckt is the 2 starting room options. You have the jug side and the quick revive side, but I highly advise against going to the quick revive side because that is suicide. Overall, I'm surprised this map didn't rank higher than it did. I liked it a lot more than quite a few above it. It just didn't get very many bonus points from the rounds because it's such a challenging map. Coming in at number 7, ShinoNuma. The difficulty rating on this map is a 7 out of 10. It's another smaller map, which leaves you not a lot of room for error, and it also doesn't have one of those prime training spots like every other map. So you find yourself in a lot of tricky situations that don't end up well when all you have is a level 1 RK5. The enjoyment rating on this one was a 4 out of 10. This map was very reminiscent of Knacht with how long it took from zombies to get out of their spawn into the training room. If I didn't enjoy the look of the map and the audio cues as much as I did, it probably would have gotten a 3 for enjoyment as well. For uniqueness, this map earned a 3 out of 10. It honestly probably could have been lower with a 1 or 2, but I am a sucker for the nostalgia of dogs. And that is one thing a lot of these maps don't have, so it earned itself a couple points there. Overall, I thought this map would have ranked second last because it is the second worst time I had doing this entire challenge. But maybe I am just salty because I died like a bot. Coming in at number 6, Shadows of Evil. The difficulty rating was a 9 out of 10. This map was actually really satisfying to train on. With the corridor style and 2 cars on either side, it made for really fun training to get on one side of the car and run around through your train back through the middle of it. The reason it's so difficult is because the Margwa on round 8, between him and the 4 or 5 zombies around him, it's impossible to get from one side of your train to the other with only the RK5 clearing out the zombies in your way. Uniqueness, 6.5 out of 10. There's a couple unique things when it came to this map. The dogs round, the alien dragonflies, whatever you want to call them. That was an easy pass to the next round. And it was also pretty fun mixing it up from the normal zombies. The other unique thing about this map was the Margwa, obviously. Too bad he's a little hard to kill. Overall, because of the Margwa, I did the little Easter egg where you can shoot that ominous figure on the fire escape to advance 5 rounds at a time, and I decided I want to see what round 10 would be like and trying to train on it. Honestly, these 2 rounds, round 10 and round 11, were the funnest rounds I had by far, but obviously, he came in and got his sweet, sweet vengeance, even on round 12. Coming in at number 5, Kino der Toten. The difficulty on Kino was low, coming in with a 3 out of 10. Big space and multiple floors, it made it training heavy. With an enjoyment rating of 8 out of 10, it plays off why this map is so easy. It was fun making huge trains of zombies and having the freedom to make a couple of mistakes without your game being ended. Uniqueness 5. Kino isn't that unique when it comes to this challenge, but it had a couple things other maps just didn't have. It had the multiple floors, and it had dogs, giving it a step up over a lot of the other rooms. Overall, this is one of my favorite maps of all time. It's unfortunate it couldn't crack the top 3 as far as this challenge goes, but come on, who doesn't love some classic old Kino? Coming in at 4 with an overall rating of 19.3 is Ascension. Ascension came in with a difficulty rating of 2, making it the lowest of any map on this list. But I believe that's for good reason. It had the best possibility for training spots, multiple routes to take the zombies, and a G-Force arm that could take out entire hordes. The enjoyment rating on this map was a 10 out of 10. It's so satisfying to train zombies in the starting room that you could honestly forget you were doing a challenge. I absolutely love the feel of this map and could see myself doing it in my free time. For uniqueness, Ascension earned itself a 10 out of 10. There's so many great things about this map, including the visuals. The black and white I think is a perfect touch that keeps you captivated. Another core unique part of this map is the G-Force arm that I think is an insanely cool map feature that they could definitely do on other maps. Overall, looking back, all I can think is I wish I didn't die so late in the round, and even though this did rank 4, it actually cracked the top 3. Just stay around and you'll find out why. Coming in with a difficulty score of 9 out of 10, this map was pure chaos in the later rounds. A viable option was training on the outer rectangle of the map until things like screechers, fire zombies, and those little demonic monkeys got in your way, trying to steal perks and ruined your train. With an enjoyment rating of 9 out of 10, the uniqueness of this map really played a role in why it was so exciting. There was always something going on. Between the monkeys who would pick your perks up and you trying to time it for a perk bottle, to the fire zombies and screechers that would come out in the middle of nowhere, it really made the time fly by and make it feel like you weren't just playing a mindless training game. Overall, I don't even know where to start with Shang. It was randomized, entertaining madness. As far as the challenge goes though, a really big one-up you can get is getting those perk bottles from those monkeys. The best perks in my opinion would be Quick Revive or Deadshot Daiquiri. Those two lend a hand in helping you train around the map. Jug isn't as viable as you would think because really when you die on challenges like these is when the front end of your train runs into the back end of your train and you're done. I could have made it further in the challenge if I did more attempts and had some better RNG going for perk bottles, because a Quick Revive and Deadshot really are helpful in this scenario, but I felt it defeated the purpose if I was just sitting there waiting for really good RNG. Honestly, I loved every second of playing Shang and shooting every monkey body possible. Coming in at number 2 with an overall rating of 20.6 is Origins. The difficulty rating on this map is a 7. Origins was one of the harder maps I played throughout the challenge because the 2 rooms you could train in were connected by a foyer that was easy to get trapped in the later rounds and die. Enjoyment factor on this map was a 9 out of 10. Even though sometimes going room to room you get stuck in that foyer by multiple trains and die, the upper room was super smooth to train in and you could get in really exciting situations. Another thing that boosted my enjoyment for this map was going for 115 headshots, which gave you 1 of 5 randomized guns from the box. Overall, it's really fitting to me that Origins came number 1 on my list. It was the zombies map that made me actually passionate about zombies. I remember the first time doing this Easter egg with my cousin at like 3 a.m. on a school night and how pumped I was. When I was playing this one, I opted to stay in the top room because I felt like the training was a lot easier and the zombies lined up for the headshots perfectly, helping out with that 115 count. I decided the reason I would allow for the pack gun is because you still needed 115 headshots, which took until midway through round 8 to even see that amount of zombies. So I thought to get that with the RK5 or the Shiva was pretty impressive. And once you had that pack gun, it wasn't that big of an advantage. Yes, it was great obviously, but in that tiny room upstairs, you still face your fair share of worries. Finally, coming in at number 1, Moon. What can I say about this masterpiece? The mother of the starting room challenge. I knew once I got to this challenge, I was gonna be playing it for hours. They just don't make maps like Moon anymore, unfortunately. In this starting room, I had a lot of strats coming into it. Oh. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this gets 30 likes, I'll do a part 2, but this time with Gobble. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see anything else on this channel, and don't forget to hit that sub button. NoFIll out.